Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt and I do like video games, and in today's video we've got some pretty big news. The kind of news that I don't think can wait until Monday when I would normally make my next video. So we're going to hop into it today because Death Stranding is coming to PC Game Pass. So let's talk about it. So over on Twitter, PC Game Pass has been feeling pretty good lately. On August 16th, they said, "Sometimes we just like a good landscape picture. Hashtag new profile pic." And I wish I had the picture that they had as their profile picture, because it was of what looked like a landscape from Death Stranding. And of course, this set the gaming community ablaze in the mentions below. You had people in the mentions saying there's no way this could be possible. Xbox would never do that. PlayStation would never do that. Kojima would never do that. You had people saying all sorts of things in the comments below. You also had people like me who were speculating that it was something to do with Hellblade 2. Because thanks to Ninja Theory's numerous updates on Hellblade 2, we do know that the game takes place in Iceland, and the photo that PC Game Pass used for their profile picture did look awfully reminiscent of Iceland. Well, I guess I'm a fool because this isn't Hellblade 2 news at all. This is Death Stranding. This is Death Stranding coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC on August 23rd. And in the Xbox news article it says here, very quickly, it says, "Kojima Productions and 505 Games are incredibly excited to announce that Death Stranding is launching August 23rd with PC Game Pass." And this is huge news for a bunch of reasons, but I will be going over what I believe to be the most obvious reasons in this video. So first up, I think the elephant in the room is that a PlayStation-owned IP, unlike MLB, which is not owned by PlayStation, it is only developed by PlayStation, but a PlayStation-owned IP that they own the license to is coming to PC Game Pass. And it raises the question from a lot of people, well, why isn't this coming to Xbox Game Pass for the consoles? And I think there's a pretty easy answer to that. And I think it's because A, there is no Xbox port for Death Stranding, and B, because Sony doesn't want to fund Kojima Productions to create an Xbox port for Death Stranding. But there is a PC port available, and in fact, I think it's been available on PC for quite a while at this point. So Sony's probably like, hey, screw it, let's just put it in PC Game Pass. I mean, let's be honest, if you're a PC gamer and a hardcore Kojima fan, you probably already own this on PC and you probably got it as soon as it launched. So Sony's probably thinking, well, we're not raking in a ton of sales from new Kojima fans, so let's just put it in Game Pass and take some money from Microsoft. Which, by the way, is definitely a smart move and a win-win for Sony and Microsoft. I think the only person who loses out on this is the Xbox fan who plays solely on console, which is a lot of people, by the way. I mean, hey, I have this gaming PC, but at the same time, I prefer playing on console. It's where I play most of my games. I prefer that experience over PC. And I know for a fact there are tons of people out there like me who just prefer to play on a console. So of course, Death Stranding's addition to PC Game Pass isn't really tickling a lot of people's fancy in that regard. And of course, that twist of the knife feels just a little bit deeper than it probably should, because this is coming after the recent news that Quake 4 and Return to Castle Wolfenstein, among many other games, but those two in particular, are being added to Xbox Game Pass for PC. And both of these are games that are absolute classics on the Xbox platform. You've got Quake 4, which was one of the first games I ever owned on my 360. I think it was like the third game I ever got for my Xbox 360 when I was a kid. And then you've got Return to Castle Wolfenstein, another great game on the original Xbox. I mean, my dad bought that game for himself, but I mean, he was nice enough to let me try it myself once in a while, and that game was really fun. Now, am I saying that PC Game Pass should never have any exclusives to their service? Of course not. Some games are only on computer, which is totally fine. But in the case of Quake 4 and Return to Castle Wolfenstein, both of those games are on the Xbox platform. Of course, I'm sure that there's probably compatibility issues with the emulator they're using to run 360 and original Xbox games on the Series S, Series X, and the Xbox One. I mean, that's why not every game is backwards compatible with Xbox Series consoles and Xbox One. It's because they just run into issues sometimes and it just can't work. It's not meant to be. But the fact remains that these games are coming to Game Pass for PC, and that's fantastic for PC players. And in the case of Quake 4 and Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I'm sure those games can run on any old potato PC, so go ahead and dust off that laptop in the corner of your room and let her rip. But let me know what you guys think. Is it really just Death Stranding coming to PC Game Pass, or is it a sign of things to come in the future? Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking and how you're feeling about all this. Be sure to leave a like if you liked the video, and please remember to subscribe and ring that bell if you're enjoying the content and want to stay up to date on all my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.